I was living the dental dream until that fight with my husband woke me up. We were living in Minnesota. Yeah, you betcha. With my 3 amazing kids. 2 Great Danes, 4 guinea pigs, 1 cat, and 1 lizard. I was also running my dream startup dental practice. 8 people on payroll, 5 days a week, 8 to 10-hour days. I was busy. Busy, busy, busy. I had created a treadmill of busyness, and every day it went faster and faster until the scenery of life was just a blur. Now, I'm a runner, and I've run a bunch of marathons, and it was starting to feel like my dental career was a never-ending marathon. Non-stop, day in, day out, go, go, go. As a dentist, a wife, a mom, that's what we do, right? Suddenly, my heart started whispering to me. I started having body aches and difficulty sleeping and anxiety attacks. Thinking these were just part of the job, I ignored these whispers and forged on. Then my heart started yelling. I started having extreme digestive issues, antisocial tendencies, and complete compassion fatigue. At this point, I'll tell you a little secret. I hated my job, and I didn't like myself either. I was completely ashamed. I thought, why can't I do it all like everybody else? And then, just like in a marathon, when you're close to the end and you feel like you can't take another step, bam, I hit a wall. My wall came in the form of a pediatric cardiologist who told me, I'm sorry to say, your son has a life-threatening genetic disorder. And starting right now, he's going to need a lot of care and surgery. Whoa, care? Surgery? Right now? I mean, obviously I'll do whatever it needs to do for my son. It's just, I'm so busy. How am I going to do that and run a practice? My husband put it a little more bluntly. During that fight, he yelled, "You're never home. And when you are home, you're completely exhausted and checked out. If we're going to take care of our son, something's got to change." Have any of you ever felt that way? Have any of you ever been running on the treadmill of busyness so fast you can't catch your breath, and deep down you know something's got to change? If so, I'm not surprised, because it's kind of the nature of the dental world to get stuck on that treadmill of busyness. Physical stress, emotional stress, financial stress. Heck, most days we don't even have time to pee. And here's the thing. 84% of dentists report having had feelings of burnout. And that's why I'm here. I'm here to help you step off the treadmill of busyness a little more often so you can enjoy the scenery of life. And to do that, I'm going to share with you the rest of my story and 3 of the balance basics from my Balance Boss blueprint that helped me reclaim my life, become a balance boss, so you can become a balance boss too. When we got that diagnosis for my son and I hit my wall, it occurred to me, wait a minute, my practice is nothing like what I thought it would be when I started out. My dream, or my why, was that I'd build a small, manageable practice where I developed real relationships with patients and had time to nurture my family. And I did. And then my practice started growing, which of course I thought was a good thing. And so, like we do, I added another assistant, another hygienist, an office manager, some shiny new equipment, and finally, I added a whole nother day just to squeeze everybody in and pay all the bills. Suddenly, my practice wasn't small and manageable anymore. And I realized wow, I'm so far away from my why. And if I don't get back to it, I'm going to be no good to anybody, especially my son. And so I went on a quest to remember my why. I needed help, so I hired a coach and I began to change my inner world. Then I changed my outer world and how I practiced. It wasn't easy for me or my practice. I was afraid I'd lose patients, and I did. I was afraid I'd lose team members, and I did. And I felt like a complete failure. But then, the team members I lost were replaced with people that became my dream team. I loved working with them, and I began to love dentistry again too. I had more time to spend with my son, all because I remembered my why, and that's the first balance basic. Go on a quest to remember your why. Everybody's why is unique to them, and knowing yours will allow you to be on a path of more joyful days. If you want to avoid burnout and live a more balanced life, remember your why every day. So I had more time, but there was still a lot of anxiety. Like, for instance, sweet little Johnny, who happens to be your son's best friend, who comes in and is nervous even for the hygiene appointment. And he's in your schedule today for ortho extractions, right? Then life handed me some real anxiety. My husband had symptoms of the same genetic disorder as my son, and he needed surgery ASAP. Oh my gosh, I almost lost it. I got so stressed out. I thought, if I don't learn how to deal with this life stress, I'm going to burn out again. So I thought about running marathons and how I'd build in days of rest. And bingo! Why don't I add that philosophy into my life? So I started building daily life resistance into my days. Things like meditation, dedicated me time, and learning how to say no to things that didn't serve me. Over time, I started to notice a shift. My days became more productive without the crazy chaos, and my practice became healthier emotionally and financially. All this because I added daily steps to build my resilience in the face of stress. And that's the second balance basic. Take daily actions to build resilience to stress. So what about you? Can you admit that stress will always be a part of your life? Even with the best planning, there is always stress in a dental office. Hello, 4 o'clock patient, who comes with a strong gag reflex, is difficult to numb, and shows up 10 minutes late on your day to carpool to soccer practice, right? What are daily actions you can take to build your resilience to stress? All right, so I remembered my why, I was managing my stress, and then I learned the third balance basic. You may have heard of buddy breathing. It's something that scuba divers do when they lose part of their equipment. They share equipment. And you take a deep breath in and slowly release it. And it's complete magic because it calms you down. Why? It gets you out of fight or flight. One morning our server went down, and by the time I got it going again, I was way behind schedule. So I was scurrying around trying to catch up all morning. By lunch, I collapsed into my chair from the prolonged anxiety, and I thought, God, I need less fight or flight at work. Wait a minute, why don't I buddy breathe and slow down? And so I did. Every time I had the urge to race, I would buddy breathe. Slowing my breath and slowing down gave me more time with patients. I even taught buddy breathing to one of my most anxious patients. He came into the office one day and he said, Dr. Laura, you changed my life. Every time I feel anxious, I do that weird breathing technique you showed me, and I calm down. That comment was the best gift I could ever receive because it showed me that slowing down is a gift. It's a gift for me, a gift for my family, and a gift for my practice. That's the third balance basic. Give the gift of slowing down. What would it look like for you to slow down? What would it be to change the culture in your practice? And how could it change the lives of others? Now you know the 3 balance basics, and I'm happy to say because I followed them, my life is full of gratitude. I'm grateful for my family's well-being. I'm grateful for my journey, and I'm grateful for the fact that I can help you with yours. Let's take the shame out of burnout and help each other. Remember, you are the CEO of your life. Become the boss of your balance. Thank you.